Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom.
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 First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Them-
Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Hakadosh.
I want to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, wherever it may be. We're the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City branch, coming to you with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying, going into Jacob's trouble. We've been kind of looking up this U.S. military cleared to engage in civilians, which is the Department of Defense Directive 5240.01, which is a mandate or a particular penal code that the U.S. Department of Defense can mandate against the citizens of Babylon the Great due to insurrection purposes or anything that they feel that may be a volatile statute, meaning insurrections, riots, private militias, because part of the U.S. Constitution, it tells you that if you have a tyrannical government that rises up, then people have the right to form their own private militias and to go against the government. And this particular government has been infringing on the rights of people since they've been the fucking government, man. And people are to the point that they've had it with this current administration, to the point they're really ready to put the fire to this current government. And what happened last week down in those 5 states of South, North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, and I believe it was another state, if I'm not mistaken, Georgia. People are pretty much tired of this fucking place, man. They like, you know what? We've paid millions of dollars in taxes. We've paid record inflation. We've working 80 hours a week just to make ends meet. And then yet you give us $750, which we have to pay back because it's a loan. But yet you give billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel and migrants. To the point people just said, fuck you. So Esau used this as a defense mechanism because he know that people are getting ready to revolt against them, because honestly speaking, they put this bill in place because they're getting ready to probably drop this dollar once and for all. And when they drop this dollar, then that's basically murder, she wrote. Because when you drop the dollar, you're going to have a global economic collapse because the dollar is the world's reserve currency. But not only that, the famine kicks in. People start to lose jobs. People start to lose their fucking IRA accounts. They start to lose their 401ks. They lose their life savings. Bread and circuses is pretty much null and void, to the point people are like, you know what? It's a done deal. Fuck this place. We got to grab the gun. So this whole U.S. military cleared to engage civilians, DOD Directive 5240, is pretty much a stifling of Jacob's trouble. Because we know during the time of Jacob's trouble, you're going to have global chaos. You're going to have anarchy in the streets of America, meaning the purge. Okay, you're going to have fucking murder. You're going to have famine, pestilence, military going against militias, militias going against military, civilians against civilians. It's just going to be a shit show. And on top of that, we got in a selection less than 3.5 weeks. So it's getting ready to go pretty graphic out here, man. So real quick, I got a video. It's like an 8-minute video, but I'm not gonna play the whole video. I'm just gonna try to get some context as to what's going on and what the people's opinion is about this whole derivative. Because one thread is saying this, they're saying that, government is saying this. So through the Spirit, we're just gonna extrapolate it and see what it is. So without further delay, I'm gonna play probably like 2 or 3 minutes of the video, and we're gonna get the precepts and let that be that. So here we go. Give me 1 second. Matter of fact, let's do this, brothers. I got it on the big TV, so I'm gonna put a solo layout, and we gonna
just switch the camera.
Yeah, let me start to turn this motherfucker around. Switch it. Come on, Priest. What the fuck, bro? You've done this.
Go to cam.
Oh yeah.
No. Go to more.
More. Okay.
Then settings and then camera, and then it'll hit like front camera.
Okay. It used to just be like a
little button. Yeah.
They make shit overly complicated.
Yeah.
All right. Can y'all?
Yeah, you good.
All right.
To spin people off. I specifically want to look for other uses of the phrase assets with the potential for lethality to see what that normally refers to. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Wired Tight. So at this point, I'm pretty sure you've seen it making the rounds on social media that the Department of Defense.
Turn the volume up if you can. I can't hear it.
I heard it called an SOP, but they've updated language.
1 second, bro.
In it's called Directive 52.
Hold on, fuck every just had it. Give me 1 second, Salakia.
40.01. The last time that it was updated, I guess, was 2016, but they updated it again in September. And I guess now people are starting to realize some of the new language that's in it. And some of the new language is pretty concerning. So I'll go ahead and read real quick.
Can y'all hear?
Section 3.3. It says, assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality, or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. Such use of force must be in accordance with DoD 5210-56, potentially as further restricted based on the specifics of the requested support.
Make Thanksgiving an unforgettable event this year with inspiring designs for living spaces. Create a warm.
So 2 things. I hate legal jargon, and I don't necessarily know what that means. But I do have questions. What about the Posse Comitatus Act? Doesn't that state that the United States military can't operate on American soil? So I was talking about this in our Discord, and one of our Discord members, he actually mentioned, he said, if you're worried about the use of force against Americans, watch for a change to JP 328. I guess that's Joint Publication 3-28. That's the kind of stuff I feel like would lead to a bad outcome. Now, I read some of this Joint Publication 328, and in Chapter 3, it talks about the Posse Comitatus Act, and it actually says this: prohibited direct assistance. Prohibited direct assistance by military personnel includes, among other activities, 1, interdiction of a vehicle, vessel, or aircraft. 2, a search or seizure. 3, an arrest, apprehension, stop and frisk, interviews, and questions of potential witnesses or similar activity. 4, use of military personnel for surveillance or pursuit of individuals, or as undercover agents, informants, investigators, or interrogators. Now, number 5. Again, this is the Joint Publication 3-28. A prohibited direct assistance of the United States military is using force or physical violence, brandishing a weapon, discharging or using a weapon, or threatening to discharge or use a weapon, except in self-defense, in defense of other DoD persons in the vicinity, or in defense of non-DoD persons, including civilian law enforcement personnel in the vicinity, when directly related to an assigned activity or mission. Again, legal jargon. If they get assigned a direct activity or mission and they're being shot at, well, then I guess they can shoot back because that would be self-defense.
Okay.
This is all.
Okay, so that's the dogma of the bullshit, right? Now, see, one thing about Esau, he put shit, what they got what they called gray areas. Hold on, let me turn this thing back around. Now, all that's good and dandy because, like, what happens in that case? Hold on, man. Let's go back. Camera settings, layouts. Hold on, brother Salakia. Let me figure this shit out. Camera. Okay. Go back. See, this is better on a computer when you can do it on a computer, because you can see everything. Settings. Go back. Put it.
Yeah, Con. There you go.
I'm in it.
Yeah, it's all 4 of us now.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all 4 of us.
Okay. Yeah. Now, like, one thing about that legal jargon, all that bullshit, they got gray areas, and that's saying a lot without saying a lot, because overall they have policies set up in place so when things happen like insurrections, they could be justified of doing what they have to do, because now we're under the threat of terrorism. And to be honest with you, America has been under emergency declaration order since before World War II. So technically, we've been in a state of emergency for fucking decades, man. All right. So this is nothing more but paperwork that's set up so when all hell break loose, they can just go ahead and do what they have to do. Because one thing about it, when Esau comes down with great wrath, they have to do away with the Constitution. And what you're seeing them adding these little bills in piece by piece is them just doing away with people's civil rights and constitutional rights. So therefore, they can, they can do what they have to do. So this is where we're at in prophecy. And when shit happens, man, hey, it's no coincidence that they're gonna start rounding people up and putting them in FEMA camp. So that's just to say a little bit. I got to actually another video about Double 7, but I will get that on the computer instead. It's a little bit more easier to deal with. But y'all brothers got any precepts, man? Let them fly.
I was gonna get the definition of that term that they're using real quick.
Yeah, beautiful. Spirit. I was gonna actually pull that.
It's called posse comitatus. It's Latin. It means a body of men, typically armed, summoned by a sheriff to enforce the law. Now, that term posse, that goes back way back in the 1800s. Back when they had sheriffs and rangers. They would summon a posse. They had an outlaw they had to go get. They literally just get a group of men and they would deputize them, and they would be basically officers of the law. So that's kind of like what that term is historically used, but that's basically the breakdown of that term. A body of men typically armed, summoned by a sheriff to enforce the law.
And you know what? That's the spirit you said that, because technically the only ones that's able to enforce any type of law, because a police department, that's illegal. Police departments, those are privately owned security task force by the Rothschilds. You really have sheriffs and deputies that's able to enforce certain laws and jurisdictions. Cops don't have any fucking jurisdiction. And even among military personnel, you're not supposed to have a standing military within 2 hours of city limits. So that's why that was so important. But you got it, brother.
Politicians aren't qualified to make personal health decisions. I'm voting yes on 3.
All right, cool. You got it, brother.
Khan, I had a precept unless y'all brothers had something.
You got it.
I got one as well for you, bro.
Khan, I was just going to read Isaiah 19, chapter 1 through 4. This is verse 1. It says, "The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to the wizards that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, Salakia, and to the familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts."
And also, you got it up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is basically the beginning of those beginning stages. We've been feeling this division really ever since 2016. People have been more and more attention, and I think it's gonna take more than a bullshit election to set people off. But if you notice, people have been catching hell on all kinds of sides. All the people that lost their homes in the hurricanes, people that came for groceries, the shit is all gonna add up and pop at some point. And they already got the paperwork for this very prophecy to take place, where just fighting in the streets, But,
God.
And as we said, this just puts the target on you people, because when you read it, because I got it in the text, it said reissued on September 24th. The directive governs the Department of Defense intelligence activities, and now includes provisions authorizing lethal force in certain circumstances when assisting civilian law enforcement. Now, who does civilian law enforcement have reign over? You people. So now the military can now join on the fun and fucking unloading on you people, man.
Shit. what was that? I'm trying to think, man. It was one of them. I think it happened overseas somewhere, man. I think what happened was, I think when those migrants was caught, because America's not the only place that have a migrant crisis. They was dealing with that shit in the UK too. I was hearing that people that was crossing from like Poland and different land, like they had the right to actually open up on the crowd, and even in some cases, it was something that happened over there a couple months ago that they had a shoot on sight order. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense now that all these mandates are coming down because they're getting ready to unleash something big here in Babylon. Like brothers was speaking about the election. Fifth, like me personally, I mean, I'm kind of in the air whether it be an election or not, because if it wasn't going to be one, then something has to happen like from now up until then. Still possible they can suspend it. We don't know. But let's just say if Donald Trump don't win, I can see small pockets of civil division here. But overall, man, these people ain't going to do a goddamn thing until you take their rights completely from them, like their bread and circuses and their jobs, their food, their livelihoods. That got to be hit first. The Lord has to hit the staff of bread, because what do they call food? Comfort foods, right? And what happens when you're comfortable? You are lounging, you are leisure, you at ease. So when the Lord hit that staff of bread, which I believe he's getting ready to do any day now, that's when this shit gonna come in place. Because when people can't go to the store and get a carton of eggs for $5 no more, and that shit is $100, chaos going to ensue from there, because it's every man against himself.
Yeah.
One thing about Americans, what we found out is that these people are in it for themselves. They don't believe in community outreach and none of that. We saw it during 2020 with the ordeal. Motherfuckers was fighting over toilet paper, taking it out of each other's baskets and buggies and shit. Yeah. And that was damn near close to being a civil war, if you ask me.
Yeah, kind of. If I could add, they just put this September 27th, 3 weeks ago. What was the world worried about? Fucking P. Diddy, man.
P. Diddy.
While you niggas worried about fucking P. Diddy, they just passed a law making it okay to unload American citizens. See? Mm-hmm. And we been telling you this. This why we the watching it. Because every time something big and distracting going down, you gotta look around with what's going on within your government, man. Because that's the real niggas making moves.
That's right, man. Because for years they had UN people just been staged here, and they've been paying for their places to stay and everything, and they're just ready to get activated. Because it was about 6-7 years ago, brothers was putting out heavy. Seeing all the vehicles, the up armored vehicles they had that said UN paint on the side. They had different drones and stuff set up. They got big, gigantic, huge parking lots full of shit just staged, ready to go. So behind the scenes, they've been steadily, prepping, doing different insider stuff going on. Like some of them shootings and stuff that they got going on, man, that shit don't be just some regular motherfucker going mad. They be setting that shit up, man. You got agent provocateurs doing a lot of stuff. They're testing things out and how the public are reacting so they know when it's the best time to make their move.
Yeah, bro. Y'all remember back in 2015 that whole J Helm shit?
Yeah.
J Helm 15. Mm-hmm. They quote unquote nothing really came of that, but what I found out doing Jade Helm is they set up mock cities. A mock city is basically they will come in and they will do a surveillance of your neighborhood, and they would set up a replica training city of that so they can know how to go in and take it, like a reconnaissance type mission, man. Before any military operation, you have to have reconnaissance team to go in and survey the land, the way they can know, okay, this is where we can attack, this is where we can extract, this is where we can deploy. So most of these hoods, and that moon is bright as hell. That's that super. That's how you know the Lord, man. This is super moon. That's a sign, brothers. But that's how you know that they're getting ready to do something big, man. Because like the brother said on the comment board, he said it's ironic. They all have ghettos off major highways in America, and that's absolutely right. Like even like apartment complexes, like in Chicago, you had the Dearborns, you had Cabrini Green housing projects, you had Robert Taylor's, you got Allgale Gardens, Concordia Park. All these places are located right off major highways, man. All these apartment complexes, because back in the day when we was, watching the whole martial law videos, we really felt that it's easy to come in, pick people off, and transport them to the nearest concentration camp through train or by highway, because the highway was really set up for commerce purposes, commercial travel, which is for trucks, and military usage. highways was never designed for people. It was never really a public road until they realized they can capitalize off everybody. But highways is specifically designed for military and commercial use. That's it. So it makes sense why all these apartment complexes are located off these expressways. And who lives in the apartment complexes? You Jakes, man.
Jake.
This is really for you Jakes because they know you Jakes are gonna get out of hand.
Yep.
All right.
I had a precept.
Go ahead, Op.
This is the book of Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Also, the longer this man is in power, the more you people are going to begin to panic and cry and suffer real soon, because you're going to see the amount of death that comes from the wicked being in authority, man. You know, and people are already beginning to mourn because they're using different geo weapons to fuck you up and take your land. Y'all people are starting to see it, this government, from what it really is. You know, and then you got two heavy demons about to be put in office. You know, they talk about Project 2025. I just did a sit down on that the other day. The shit that's getting ready to bring is about to be hell on earth for you niggas, man.
Hey, bro. So, like, in Thero, what is that project? Because I've heard about it, but is it like, what is it really going into? Because I've heard about it, but I've never thoroughly looked deep into it. Like, I'm hearing about it, but what is it? What does it go into? I'm kind of curious as to what it means. Because I know they had the project. I know they had the Agenda 2030, but is this kind of like the accelerated shit they was talking about?
It is a little bit. They mostly depending on what Trump wants to do. Some of his things, his goals, it has to do a lot with the migrants and shit like that. Basically, locking them up, putting them away. But the way it's worded, is really worded for all Negroes, man. He can switch it up to where he can just put you guys in FEMA camps. And he said that recently he wanted to I forget the name of it, but this is a certain act.
93 Act, the 98 Act, or some shit.
Something like that, yeah.
Immigrants Enemy Act or some shit.
The Alien Direction Act.
Yeah.
So shit about to come down the pipeline. And they trying to say he's just the guy that is going to do when he gets in office, but it's both parties is really working with that, man. Because he's saying he got nothing to do with Project 2025, but yet, you know, the Biden administration saying he does. So it's just they both hand in hand with this shit. So it's no coincidence that this bill is coming out and they adding this shit to it along with they talking about Project 2025. They getting ready to roll on motherfuckers pretty soon.
Right.
Well, that goes back to that scripture the brother read in Isaiah 19th chapter. It says, I should give them over to the hand of a cruel Lord. Because, I mean, these candidates, political candidates, even though they're taking orders from the elites, they got full immunity to do what the hell they want. I mean, they just literally just infringing on people's rights and not giving a fuck about it. I mean, this bitch straight up told you, like, I ain't doing nothing for niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing shit for them. And when they're asking her what she's going to do to curb the inflation, she ain't got a plan. You know what I'm saying? And basically she's stating, well, look, man, we're going to impede on people's rights and we're going to take guns and we're going to give more moles rights and more women rights and all this other bullshit. So something got to happen. All right.
Yeah, I was saying too, like, it's not gonna be any intervention from other nations either, man, because they've done a pretty good job of painting these Americans as stupid and degenerates. You know,
right.
A lot of these other nations, they really don't like you Americans, man. They really don't. So when all hell starts breaking loose, don't expect France or Canada to jump in. You know, like it's gonna be every man for themselves. You know.
Okay. Well, I got a precept real quick, brothers. Ain't got nothing. This is the book of Jeremiah 30. And I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, for lo, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, says the Lord. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus says Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Okay, so right there it tells you that something troubling is getting ready to go down in this place, because he says the voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace, because it's getting ready to be total hell on earth, man. And why Jake is worried about the next New Year's Eve resolution and what they're getting ready to do for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah. Hey, man, they getting ready to shut things back down.
Halloween costumes. That's what they're worried about right now.
Yeah, crashing out culture, man. Halloween, you got Jake planning New Year's resolutions right now. Like, bro, you don't know what 2025 is going to come about. And the way that it's looking, shit, this is going to be this is a whole different American than what it was 2 years ago. You know, so maybe next year is the year that we may actually see Jacob's Trouble fully come to pass, because this year has been deemed the hopeful year of Jacob's Trouble, and we're seeing all the puzzle pieces being lined up specifically for that prophecy, man. So Apostle Tahar had it right for all you guys out there that say, well, great millstone always prophesying, but don't none come to pass. But wait a minute, this year have been nothing but prophetic. Y'all forgot about the aliens and at the beginning of the year when them niggas was in the mall and shit. Nobody they ain't talking about that no more, man. That's like that happened 2 months ago.
And damn near North Carolina, damn near is already in Jacob's Trouble, man.
Yeah.
You know, that it's wild, wild west out there, man. You got actual militias coming up against against FEMA. So hey, we're gonna see.
Yep. And it reads, and it says here, but ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into paleness, right? Because when this thing hit, it's gonna hit suddenly. See, like the brother was saying, everybody was focused on No Diddy, Young Dolph, you know, football season. But they've been secretly passing these legislations behind closed doors. So when things happen, it's gonna come abrupt. Okay, Esau ain't gonna give you no month warning, like, okay, get prepared. I'm getting ready to collapse this motherfucker next month and roll on you people. No, he's just gonna do it sudden. Peace and safety, sudden destruction. People gonna be eating their little TV dinners and shit, watching little football games or whatever they may be, their little Sunday night movies. And before you know it, the power gonna get cut off. People gonna start bugging the fuck out. And then after 2-3 days later, the power don't come back on. Then, you know, the food shortages are gonna come. People gonna run to the stores. They go try to find things and find that the shelves are empty. So they're gonna go in panic mode. So when you go in panic mode, you in survival mode. So all right, 5 days we ain't eat. Now we gotta go knocking on doors to see who gonna feed us. And that's gonna come suddenly, man. And it says here, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. And that he is talking about the elect. Okay, the elect men and women that is chosen from the foundations of the earth will be delivered out of this hell coming on the planet Earth, man. So this is a beautiful time we living in, brothers. All our troubles is getting ready to be rectified, man, into blessings. Because I strongly believe through this dark time we coming in, I believe that the Lord is going to really start to show, brothers, that he's with us. And I believe our favor with the Most High is going to start to increase. You know?
If I could add, when you were speaking, not you had you said this is a completely different America than it was 2 years ago. And one thing that's been heavy on my spirit is the Georgia Guidestone. And that's something that they just took down 2 years ago. You can see since back in 22 all the way up until now, all the mass shootings, all the just wild out shit that has been intensifying, man.
Yeah.
You know, and if y'all brothers didn't have anything, I kind of want to go back to that DOD and just get like specific on a few things.
Yeah.
Because it says, the DOD response to chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and high yield explosive incidents. But it said they also may provide assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality. So what's an asset with potential for lethality? Obviously, you don't think a gun, but we talking about the DOD here, the Department of Defense. This is the military motherfuckers. Airplanes, tanks, warships. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, everybody's like you say, everybody talk about, GMS, y'all always talking about things gonna happen. Well, we've been saying you gonna have tanks in your streets. Well, this is allowing them to do that.
Lock it to back you up. Pay attention to how military people speak. They consider people assets as well. Yeah. Like the CIA, if they got somebody installed like a spy, they'll use the language that person's an asset. Sometimes they'll say the word operative, but they'll say he's an asset, but he's just a trained killer. So that would include people as well.
Mm-hmm. Say assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force. So what type of position do you have to be in to respond with lethal force? Obviously, with people shooting at you, shooting back, looting. What's going on in North Carolina? That could be easily a reason to do that. You know what I'm saying what they did in January 6th, invading a government office. That could be a reason for lethal force. You see? So I'm gonna read it slow. It say assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. That means anytime you niggas buck up against the police, the military is allowed to step in behind the police and start blowing niggas away. So all that shit that happened with Michael Brown and all them protests, it ain't going down like that this time.
Remember, the police have been militarized since 2008, bro. Remember, they weaponized the police force a long time ago. That's why you got Kansas City Police Department. They go in the armory, man. They gonna pull out the SWAT gear on your ass. Hey, we saw a small semblance of that during the George Floyd. You remember the George Floyd riots, bro, down here? We witnessed it in Kansas City. Remember, like, before it went down, we was camping and all that shit kicked off. And after we shut down the camp, I drove back like through the area to kind of get some footage of it, bro. Like, it was like literally like it looked like a whole different Kansas City out here. You had police in SWAT gear, riot gear. They was shooting tear gas at motherfuckers. Motherfuckers was getting locked up, getting hit in the head, right downtown in fucking in the plaza area where we used to prophesy that. It was like a whole different Kansas City, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, windows was busted out and shit.
Yeah.
Jumping on the cars.
Yep. Well, I got a quick little video real quick to kind of back up what the brother was saying. I got 2 videos actually, and then we gonna let these precepts fly. So
of course, if you look at all the challenges, we can speak about a multi-crisis. An economic, a political, a social, an ecological, an institutional crisis. But actually, what we have to confront is a deep, systemic, and structural restructuring of our world. And this will take some time. And the world will look differently after we have gone through this transition process. Politically, the driving forces for this political transformation, of course, is the transition into a multipolar world, which has a tendency to make our world much more fragmented. And for such reasons, events like this one, the G20, and so on, are the very important connectors to avoid a too great segmentation.
Hey, if I could say, you gotta listen to these motherfucking devils talk, because he said he's trying to eliminate a multipolar, like polar means 2 different opposite and fragmented world. So what's the opposite of having things split? Is all under one. He's talking about a new world order.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be no Democrats and no Republicans. It's gonna be all under one umbrella, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, somebody get Joe, 25? But if y'all got precepts, let them roll. And also I'll get the next video after the precepts come out.
Con, I got a quick one.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Also, he's only got a little bit of time left on this earth. He sees the prophecy that's going on. he watches the prophets speaking. He sees us on the highways and hedges. He knows that his kingdom empire is up. He worships the spiritual demon Satan, and the demons are letting him know too. They're fucking these devils up. So they're beginning to pick up the pace on what they want to accomplish here, man. But the Lord is going to put a dead to all of it.
Well, and ultimate is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai too, man, because the scriptures say, matter of fact, here in what is this in Psalms? Hold on, brothers. I think when it goes into hold on. Heart.
I got the Job 2 up.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. It says, verse 4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? So this is basically saying, basically wicked individuals, their kingdoms, they're always self-destructive, man. They always fail, because anything outside of the law, statutes, and commandments, it always comes to naught. And these people have gone the complete polar opposite, So their kingdom is getting ready to crumble and fall in on itself, And we're basically witnessing that. But the Lord actually allowed this to expand and go further than what it normally would be. Like, this place is way long for judgment, So it's like the Lord allowed it to get extra far so it can have a super judgment,
Thermonuclear judgment.
Right. Because you can't tell me this shit shouldn't have failed a long time ago, man. Y'all been printing money, letting moles run everywhere. Like, this shit should have been failed, man. But hey, it's for an appointed time,
Yeah. The left hand of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is holding this place.
God.
That's right.
Is there more on that Job?
It should be more on that. Yeah, go on. More on that.
This is verse 6. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? And he shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. So that's how quickly his kingdom is gonna fall down, man. Like you just woke up from a dream. You ever had a really vivid dream? It was a nightmare. Some dreams even feel like days or months even passed, man. But then you pop up out of it, it's like, damn, it's gone just like that.
Right.
That's how his kingdom's gonna fall.
Right.
Well, here, going back to, because like what the brother was saying, the Most High is working on the mind. This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will, which proved there's no free will. So the Most High is turning the mindset of these elites to prophecy, because I've read a few comments, and some people say it looks like the elites are actually ripping the pages off the Bible and playing it out. And it's not the fact that they're doing it deliberately, but the Most High is putting the spirit on them, man. The Most High is the ultimate puppet master. He's controlling the spectrum. They're just like mindless zombies, man. Now you have what they call the subconscious, and he's put it in their subconscious to be prideful, to allow them to believe that they're controlling world events. But the Lord is the wizard behind the curtain. The Lord is the shadow government behind the shadow government, if that make any sense. So this devil ain't gonna do nothing that the Most High ain't allow him to do. Okay, he doesn't have some secret plot to try to go around. I mean, in his mind, he think he's overstepping the Most High, but the Most High, like, nigga, I done already wrote your book and your story before you even was thought about.
Kind of like that guy Netanyahu. Like, in his mind, he just thinks he's trying to extend his rule over there, But he's playing right into Jeremiah the 50th chapter. In his mind, he think he's just trying to hold on to rulership and do things, but he's doing exactly what the scriptures said that nation would do.
Even on a bigger scale, like these Edomite leaders in general, they think they're heading towards a new world order, but they're doing things to bring down their whole global rulership. And generally, it's nothing you can avoid that, because they have an appetite for a one world order. They have an appetite to pass the Revelation 13 and 16. So it is something that has to be quenched. Like, you know, throughout the week, you think about taking a shot of tequila on Saturday. That's all you think about. When you get it, you gonna get that motherfucker. That's
Yeah.
the same thing. They have that same appetite to achieve these goals, but Yahweh Bashim Yahshua put that inside of them to do that. So they can't help, you know, can't get rid of it, but to quench that thirst, you know.
It's appetite. Well, I got a quick precept real quick. This is the book of Job. I think it's Job 14. Yep, Job 14, and I'm gonna start at verses Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So this man has a particular end date. He has an end date, a cutoff period, and it ain't gonna go no far over. I mean, it ain't gonna go no over, but it ain't gonna go no, you know, it's not gonna go before, it's not gonna go over. It's just gonna cut off when it needs to cut off, man. So that whole 2030 shit, that's why they coming up with Project 2025, because the Most High like, look, man, you gotta get this shit cracking. Like, nah, bro, y'all dragging y'all feet. Come on, because ultimately the Lord he's ready to deliver us, man, and we ready to be fucking delivered, bro. Like, I don't know how much more of this shit I can take dealing with these people, bro. Like, I'm at the point I'm totally checked out, bro. Like, I just go to work for a fucking paycheck. Give me my money so I can do the fuck I gotta do and chill out. That's just where I'm at, bro. You know what I'm saying? And most brothers are checked out like that. I have no interest in these things and these affairs of the world anymore. This shit is just dead, bro. Even going out of town and taking trips and stuff, it's like there's no, you don't really feel the essence in it no more. The spirit of this place is fucking dead. We're checked out.
Yeah.
The only thing that's gonna satisfy the men of the Lord is to see you people fucking be destroyed. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm just ready to start. I'm ready to see a million niggas just drop. Okay, that whole Hurricane Helene. Hey man, bring more of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Wipe a goddamn city off the map. Collapse a city with niggas in it. That's gonna make me say, you know what, brothers, let's go hit the motherfucking club tonight and get pissy drunk. You know,
Yeah.
I'm talking shit. We ain't gonna hit no goddamn club, but
Where the
hey,
Deuce
brothers,
say
we finna turn up, you know, because we know that our Lord is hearing our fucking prayers, bro. Jacob's Trouble is tailor made for you niggas and you black bitches.
That's right.
To say the least. And you black women, the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi is gonna kill every last one of you hoes that ain't right. And you 2/3 niggas, and you niggas in the truth, man.
Yeah.
And Hakah, you're not a man of the Lord. The Most High is gonna destroy you and that nigga Hassad, man. Just to put that out there. And anybody that's following them niggas, hey, you gonna get judged too. Scripture say, follow not a multitude to do evil. So keep playing with the Most High, man, with this debating shit, all this psychobabble shit you doing, talking shit. They bringing up the whole goddamn grape thing, man. We done broke that shit down 100 times already. That shit old, bro. Come with something new. Do you got us on? You got evidence of brothers raping women? This shit like that. And you got Jacob's Trouble is tailor-made for niggas like that. Passive-aggressive niggas like that.
Yeah. Hey, it's military motherfuckers ready to visit y'all fake ass Israelites out there, man.
Pop off. Con. Well, y'all brothers got something real quick. If y'all do bring it out, then I'm gonna play this other video and we get the last precepts. And I don't want to really go over an hour, but if the spirit have us, so be it. But if y'all got something, let it ride. Second Esdras, good chapter. Fucking Isaiah 19. What else, man? Second Esdras 9. You know, just all the martial law, all the hell scriptures. Matter of fact, Ezekiel 23 and 23. That's beautiful, brother. Somebody can pull that. No, Ezekiel 16. I think it's 16 and 23 or 23 and 23. One of those.
I got one, but I'll wait for y'all, brothers, so after the video.
Okay.
Oh, Shalaki, go ahead, brother.
You got one,
You got it. Yeah.
Now, I wanted to read one that came up on the comment board from that brother GMS Must Endure real quick before we switch.
Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeing whom he may devour. You know, and that really goes into being in the spirit of a watchman, man. All you other Israelite people, y'all are not doing the work, man. All right, that's not the work. You're supposed to be in the spirit of watching and warning, and y'all about to get caught up in that, man. So I just wanted to bring that out real quick first.
That's right, brother. Yeah, because bro, it's kind of funny at this point that all these things that we've spoken about, the apostles on down, and we're seeing it like the MOTB, and I believe that whole mandate is coming down on that too, because a lot of people are really, they're speaking about the mark of the beast, and they understand that in order to change this current system to that system, they know that there's going to be done through violence. Okay, this is what Klaus Schwab was saying. He was basically saying, look, we need a new world. We have to do away with the old and come about with the new one. This is what they're talking about, and that's only going to happen through violence, because you got some real meat grinding Edomites out here that really believe in their constitutional rights, man. Okay, you got these devils in Missouri, Kansas, fucking Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Texas. They ready to pop off, man. They ready. You know? And guess what they gonna do? They gonna catch a lot of you niggas in the process. And a lot of them just want the excuse to kill niggas, man.
Yep. These things we saw in the Civil War movie.
Yep.
They even mentioned in the Civil War movie that they were dropping airstrikes on American citizens, which we reread in this article. That's legal now, nigga.
Yep. Airstrikes. Hey, in the first purge, what happened when Jake wasn't purging? They sent the military men. And they start flooding islands and they start raiding Jake. The first place they raided was the black church. They killed every woman, man, and child in there. Then they went to the surrounding neighborhoods. Then they went to the projects. And that Russian dude, he said, kill everybody on this floor. Don't leave a soul untouched.
Yep.
I might have to watch that again tonight, brothers. Because hey, they had niggas, they had niggas laid out on in a fucking, niggas was trying to shoot it out with Esau, but they was getting dropped off, bro. I remember we went to go see that at the movies, bro, man. That was one of the best movies I've seen with the brothers. That movie was good from front to back. We was all into that shit. And we was off the Yan too. I was like, man, that was a dope ass movie, bro.
Yeah, the first time I seen it was with y'all brothers, because I was sleeping on it, man. But that movie, the first Purge movie I saw was like the election one, I think, which was kind of whack or whatever. But compared to that first one, man, that first Purge, that movie was hella spiritual, man. Yeah. Because that just shows you Esau, bro. If you ain't gonna do, he gonna make you do it, man. You ain't gonna have no choice, man. You know, all of you Jakes that are settled on your leads, the scriptures say he's gonna search Jerusalem with candles, man. You know. That means you ain't gonna be able to sit on the fence. Okay, you're gonna have to either repent or just take your judgment. You know.
Yes, sir.
You got.
I had to go pull that joint up, man. I might have to look at this again tonight.
Yeah, I got that second Esdras. If Bros don't got anything else.
Come on, you got it.
This is second Esdras chapter 15. Verse 14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So we're approaching a time period where people just ain't going to give a damn. It's going to be like the brother said out the movie of the Purge. They're gonna be just offing each other. And if they're not moving quick enough, you know, you're gonna have the UN and different other militias step in to get the shit popping. Because ultimately, the way that this country operates is order out of chaos. It's one of their slogans, man. So they need to establish chaos, and then they're gonna have the solution of their form of order, which people are gonna bow down to because of the desperateness of the death that's gonna be surrounding them.
Remember, you dropped them bricks off during George Floyd.
They had a pile of bricks down on the plaza, bro.
Just a small example. Yeah, it's a small example. He making sure that shit go down, man. That shit ain't by coincidence.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if y'all noticed too. During that time, they had ads on Craigslist for paid agitators. They was paying niggas up to $1,500 to go smash out windows and shit. Yeah, you know, police cruiser. Yeah, they had the ad, bro. It was under like some miscellaneous shit, but basically it was like some paid agitator acting type shit. So, but these riots are gonna be real, bro. Like it's gonna be to the point that they're gonna have, it ain't gonna be like some agent provocateur. It's gonna be real, like we gonna shoot in the crowd type shit, because it's gonna get deadly to the point that people are really gonna be festering for their lives, man. So Psalms 119 and 126, the brothers Hopeful Elect Arizona 144 says, it is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Man, come, brother. it's time for the Most High to step up and do what he got to do, man. The Lord, like, come on, Yahweh Shem Shai. He said, I've a long time holding my peace, you know, and I should devour at once. I should scream like a travailing woman and devour at once, man. So when the Lord really unleashes his judgment on this place, it's going to be hell. That's when you're going to see a lot of people trying to repent. People going to be searching out the prophets, man. You're going to get a call from a lot of family members. Hey, what was you saying, brother? I remember y'all saying X, Y, and Z. Bro, I went to see my peoples this weekend. They weren't even scoffing, bro, because I was talking to my OG. She was like, I only want to talk about it. I already know. And I was like, they know what it is, man. They changing their tune now, man.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna come a time that, bro, y'all gonna get them knocks at the doors. People gonna be picking up them phones because hey, they know what the fuck we're about, bro. They know what we teach. They watch us all the time, brothers, man. They just trying to hold out until they can't hold out no longer.
Yep.
Scriptures say, in the time of thy power, thy people should be willing, man.
Right.
So I'm gonna play this quick little video real quick. This is from Dabu 7. Everybody's seen it, but just to recap it for those of you brothers that didn't see it, we gonna play it real quick. So here we go.
A heads up here for some moves that were just made by the Pentagon that slid under the radar for the most part, and most people don't realize what they've done here. The Pentagon issuing a federal directive that now allows the military to use lethal force against Americans. And we'll take a look at this here. We'll go down to page 13, and it starts to speak of here of what the Secretary of Defense has in his power. These are the shots he can call Lloyd Austin right here in terms of a decision to approve request for these types of assistances. They say right here under C, assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force and that it's likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. This is telling you right there, if they are called in as backup in a hostile situation, a confrontation between law enforcement and the people, any civil war, revolutionary type of setting here, the feds are saying that the military can use lethal force. It says it right there in front of your face. It also goes on after this to say that they can use drones on us here in the United States. People, you better wake up. This is what they've got planned. It's on the books right now. And you better hope you're in a state that has passed laws where they don't allow this to happen. For instance, in my state of Kentucky, they put a law on the books that the feds cannot come here and support any type of police activity like that whatsoever. If they do come here, the feds are on their own. The police can't help them. The sheriffs can't help them. National Guard can't help them. No one. They're on their own if they try to come in here in Kentucky. So, just a heads up to what's going down here. I see this playing big here in the future. I'll leave a link. Join me for the live streams where I talk about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77. Much love.
But that don't matter if you from.
We cannot wake up the morning.
Shut the fuck up. That don't matter whether you exempt. Kentucky ain't exempt. God damn it! Like they don't care. All them state constitutional laws, they all the same. They don't give a
out
fuck.
the window.
Yeah, they don't give a shit, bro. That's the whole point of the NDAA Act, the National Defense Authorization Act. They can do. You don't have any civil fucking rights, man. That's all bullshit. This is why Esau do what the fuck he want to do.
That's why they call it the United States of America. And ain't gonna be no difference what state you in, man. They're gonna do it away. And it's interesting that they coming out and got this shit set in stone right before time of election. So if they choose to set some shit up to where it does get violent, ain't no such thing as no peaceful protest, man.
Yeah.
No. And like I said, they're gonna force that shit to get rough. All they gotta do is set a motherfucker up to pop off a gunshot at one of them protests, and that's it. They already got the law set up to the militaries. They're already going to be in position while they're protesting to just air out the whole fucking crowd, man.
Well, you know what? Good for them, man. So if you want to go out there and get your ass, then hey, good for you. And you Israelite camps too that want to go out there and prophesy in the middle of a goddamn race riot, hey, have at it. We're going to be praising Yahweh Shem Shai because the scriptures tells us that we ain't going to be on the streets at that time. When all hell break loose, we ain't going to be out there speaking to you people, man. Matter of fact, Ezekiel 33 and 33, GMS must endure by, says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So it's going to come to the point that, and people are starting realizing, like that Jake last week, he put out a video and he stated that, and you know, he got some semblance of the Israelites because I guess he was down with him with us or whoever at a point in time. And he basically said that them guys on the street corners, these camps, he said they got it right. And the funny part about it is that 80% of the people agreed with what that Jake was saying in the comments. So people know, brothers, the views and stuff we got, man. Hey, people know who we are. Every time we go to camp, somebody's either commending what we doing or they scoffing us. But regardless, this city and all these cities in America, they know who the Israelites are. They know we're the prophets. They know what we stand for, bro. Your supervisors, all them motherfuckers, they know. Even if they ain't directly saying nothing, they gonna get this one way or another, man. All eyes gonna be on you, right?
Scripture.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
This Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 16. It's saying, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made against them. And obviously, you know, this is going into, you know, the land of Israel, but the same situation is happening now. Same situation. Jake is going to go a whoring after the guys of the other land, whether they among them, they will forsake. Y'all are forsaking the Most High, man. So when the military does show up in the trenches, you know, Jake like to call they hood the trenches. Okay, yeah, they go turn it to the trenches, all right, with a real military in that shit. They say go a whoring after the guys of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our power is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they turned unto other gods. And the 17 verse said, then my anger shall be kindled against him in that day. And that scripture where it say, O Assyrian,
the
right of my anger.
Mm-hmm.
See? So before Yahweh Shai shows up and kills niggas personally, he gonna send a fucking white man on you niggas, man. And you ain't gonna like the way the white man show up, because he ain't showing up with fucking juice shots and blunt wraps, man. He bringing the big guns, helicopters, planes, all that shit is coming to a hood near you, man.
Robots, drones,
yeah,
robot dogs. They already showed you of them, Boston Dynamics, them little robot dogs. They got a 50 cal sniper rifle planted on their back. Do you know what a 50 cal bullet to do to that nigga?
Well, y'all better stop playing.
And like the brother said, that Esau is the sword of the Most High, man.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 21, when it says he have made a sword to be furbished and a sword for the slaughter. But I got a quick precept. This is the book of Luke 19 and 41 in the New Living Testament. It says, but as he came closer to Jerusalem and saw the city ahead, he began to weep. How I wish today that you, and these are the words of Yahweh Shai, it says, how I wish today that you of all people would understand the way to peace, which proves that the Lord was only dealing with Israelites, bro. He didn't give a damn about the other nations. He said that you of all people, but now it is too late, and peace is hidden from your eyes. But before long, your enemies will build ramparts against your walls and encircle you and close in on you from every side. They will crush you into the ground and your children with you, and your enemies will not leave a single stone in one place, because you did not accept the opportunity for salvation. going back to 70 AD, but this is gonna be 70 AD on steroids, man. Because this time they're gonna cut the power, they're gonna cut the food supply, pestilence, beast of the earth, riots, military, infighting, civilian against civilian, family against family. It's literally gonna be like the crazies out here, man. I mean, you're gonna have divisions among own people's house. You're gonna have people rioting in their fucking house, man. You ain't gotta worry about the troops kicking in your door.
Right.
Mother and daughter gonna end up ripping each other's heads off, man.
Yeah. Then you gotta mix in World War III, all this shit going down on here, and then that Middle East shit through.
Yeah.
Through, bro.
Yet Iran just basically gave Israel a warning. They're like, look, man, you fuck with Iran. They just issued them a warning. Russia is getting involved now, man. So this thing is getting ready to heat up. So something got to be coming down the pipe with this RFID chip.
And actually, they got a BRICS conference coming up too. They got a BRICS conference.
25th, 22nd, I think.
And that's why a lot of Jake's just going to end up taking the chip, man. Because you know that Esau's sword is getting stronger and stronger. Drones and robots. And your ass, the average Jake, if you try to ask him how to just throw a punch, he can't do it. A regular punch, man. He don't know east from west. You gotten stupider, fatter, but his sword is just getting weight. So when the time comes, the vast majority of y'all immediately gonna bitch up, man, and take it. You know, it all makes sense, you know.
Gone. Well, Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And what that scripture is basically saying, that when it happens, it's going to start happening. It's folding simultaneously, bro. Like, we already at the end of this year. Elections is 3 weeks from now. Everybody is on edge because, and you read the comments, Esau is in panic mode. Crackers are like, man, this election determines the fate of our nation. Whether who wins or not is a done deal. Your time is up, Esau. Your time of rulership is through. America is getting ready to be destroyed. You're getting ready to lose your society. You're getting ready to go in slavery. 2/3 of our people are getting ready to get the sword put through them. And the elect is getting ready to be glorified in the name of Yahushua, man.
That's right.
That's what we got to look forward to. So all this other mediocre nonsense, yeah, it's aggravating, but when you focus on the promises, it's just like, I can't wait for the Most High to get these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got any more precepts? You got something? Y'all was up?
No.
All right, well, I'm gonna bring out a couple more on these on the comment boards, and then I guess we'll end it. 2nd Esdras 4 and 37. What is that? Ancients know, why don't we? 2nd Esdras 4 and 37, it says, by the measure he have measured the times, and by the number he have numbered the times. He doth not move nor stir them until the said measures be fulfilled. Right. So the Lord deals with balances. Like, think about it, like if you got 2 cups on balance, and this cup is uneven, and this cup is even, you're gonna have a tipsy-turny. So the Lord pours some in till it moves, and that's when prophecy moves. It's like a scale almost. That's how the Most High operates in increments of time.
I think the brother brought that out when we was talking about how Esau got a set time, and right now we in a transition period. It's like the transition, the end of this world, and like the birthing of our world is happening at the same time right now.
Yep. You said they've been dropping airstrikes on Israelites. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. They call them gang stalkers. Yep. Amos 3 and 6. Trying to find a real good one. All these are good precepts, by the way. But I'm going to find the one that really hits home. Judges 10 and 14. It says, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Yeah. Keisha, you Jakes out there, go call on Cesare, man. You black Jakes out there, you Jake men, call on a black woman. She's God. You want consonants Jakes? Yeah. Call on that nigga Dr. York or whoever the hell y'all believe in. GMS must endure 144K. Bah. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Yep. This is the reason why we got to stay locked in, bro. You know, Lord, Satan send those little mishaps to you to try to throw you off your square, but just got to stay focused, because at the end of the day, man, everything just getting ready to fulfill, and we getting ready to get the fuck up out of this place, man. Lord's will. 2nd Esdras 16 and 40. O my people, Hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. Right? You're gonna have to move around. Ezekiel 7:26, fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Mischief should come upon mischief, and rumor should be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and the counsel from the ancients. That's right, man. Okay, you false prophets out there too, you're not going to be divine unto the Most High. And the men of the Lord, us, we're not going to be out there speaking to you because we've already given you the warning. This video is a warning to our people to get right and repent and call on the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, which is Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You know? So if y'all brothers got anything else, man, if not, I guess we'll close it out, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. The water for you brothers and few sisters that tuned in. The water to you brothers out there for the precepts, you know, your pop precepts, man, to help edify the lesson. Y'all stay prayed up, stay in the spirit. We almost home. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Baba Ba.
Kwame Yasharala, Baba Ba.
Kwam Yasharala.